Hello everyone, Scott Sylvan Bell coming to you live from San Francisco, California. It is March 30th, 2015, 6:01 at night. Perfect day to talk about sales training. And I want to ask you, do you have a sweet spot? Do you have a sweet spot? So in the follow-up process, do you have a sweet spot? I should have really said in the follow-up process, do you have a sweet spot? But do you have a sweet spot? Now what that is every industry has a time that is the best to get a hold of somebody for a follow-up. Now you got to understand that most of the people in your industry, they're not doing follow-up phone calls anyway. They're not trying to catch up with people. They've sat through the process, and yes, the best time to sell them is when you're there, right there. But sometimes it takes a little bit more effort, and sometimes you have to call them. This is the time that we're talking about. This is the type of call where you have to follow up. Now, I do a lot of work in home services, and so I found when I was out selling that my best times were Friday afternoons and Tuesday evenings. And those times I would take off specifically to make follow-up phone calls. I wouldn't do anything else. I wouldn't take appointments. I wouldn't see anybody. I would only do follow-up phone calls. And the reason I did that was I knew where my sweet spot was, and I knew where the best time was to call that person to get them on board, to say yes and say, hey, we want your product, your widget, your gizmo, your service, whatever you got. And I knew that it was going to be the best time. So what is your sweet spot? And sometimes this is going to take some effort for you, where you got to keep track of okay, on Friday afternoon I called 12 people and I got 3 responses. On Tuesday morning I called 20 people and I got 10 responses. It gives you an idea of what you need to be looking at and what time you should be going to, I need to get a hold of this person or these people or the committee or whatever's going on. But figure out what your sweet spot is so that you can make more sales. Now, I'll talk to salespeople and I'll ask them, when's your sweet spot? And they're like, I don't get what you're saying. And then I'll go over this process with them and they're saying, well, you know what, Scott, that doesn't matter. I'm just gonna make the calls when I do. I'm like, well, hey, wait, don't you want the best opportunity to make that deal happen? Don't you want to take the time to figure it out? I mean, it only takes a couple of phone calls to figure this out, maybe over a month, maybe over a couple of weeks, but it takes time and effort, and a lot of people don't want to do that, and that's where the challenge and the problems come from, okay? So go ahead and go through the process, find the sweet spot, and if you could do a small favor for me in the box down below, leave a comment, question, or story, that'd be fantastic. To the right or to the left, there's always a subscribe button. Subscribe, and then send it out to all your friends via StumbleUpon, Facebook, Twitter, Google+. Scott Sylvan Bell. Only Scott Bell will summon. We'll see you soon. Thanks for watching. Aloha.